Hi there. I haven't been having much luck with cameras lately. That's why I haven't been recording. I bought a new camera because this one has so much condensation in it that I can't even see what I'm recording. So I'll just hope for the best. Anyway, I bought a new camera. It takes beautiful, it's a Samsung. It takes beautiful pictures, but every time I try to record with it, it goes in and out of focus. So it's just terrible trying to record with it, so I'll try and work with it and keep figuring it out. Anyway, I was at Walmart the other day, and I remember I told in one of the videos that you had to buy the whole set to get the ice skates. Well, now they're selling the ice skates all by themselves, so you don't have to buy the whole set. And these are the ice skates. They're very, very cute. I just love them. I think they're adorable. So anyway, that's Jordy. There's a magazine called Threads. I get their e-magazine once a week, and they give you all kinds of sewing tips, and it's really nice. I mean, sometimes they'll tell you how to do a invisible pocket, how to put in invisible, shoulder pads. They just about do everything, and they'll give you good tips on, certain things. Anyway, it's free. You can sign up for it. Just go to www.threads, thread with an S, magazine.com, and then sign up for their free newsletter. Anyway, I don't usually do anything that they send, but this week they had a thing called Experiments in Pleats by a contributor named Kenneth King. Anyway, he explained how to take your regular, he was using satin ribbon in his in his description. So what you do is you take your ribbon and you make box pleats. So he said to use the same size fold as half of your ribbon. So I'm just going to do this real fast so you can see what I'm talking about. So just keep making a whole bunch of folds in your ribbon, and you don't have to make the your box pleat the same width as your ribbon. He suggested you do it in the video, but basically you can pretty much do your box pleats any size you want. The only difference is that they're going to be, of course, you'll have a wider pleat, but it's up to you, however you want to do it. You can experiment with pleats yourself. Okay, so once you have all your box pleats made up, just keep making a whole bunch of them. An easy way to do that is just take this and take a piece of cardboard and cut it the half of your pleat size, and then you can use that to make all your folds in your pleat in your pleats over and over again, so you don't have to fuss. And then just turn it over and make your pleat this way. Pull your cardboard out, and you'll have you don't have to fuss on this garland because it's just for the bottom of a skirt anyway. Okay, so once you have all your pleats pinned in, what you're going to do is you're going to sew a line of stitching all the way down the middle of your box pleats. So once you have that line of sewing down, this is fabric that I just sewed in half, turned it inside out, which is the same thing I did on the satin over here. So sew your line down there, and then if you're going to put your pleats on the bottom of a skirt like I did, don't do your clips. Don't sew this together yet, because this is just hand sewn. This is a lot of work, but they're very cute when you're finished with them. So just do your first seam, and then make a strip for your skirt, and then leave it flat, and then take this and sew this on the bottom of your skirt. What I did was let me show you what I did. I used satin. And I don't know if you've ever worked with satin. You have to use a sharp needle. So I used a sharp needle and polyester thread. I used a micro sharp, a very sharp needle. and that's so you don't pull any of the threads in your satin. So anyway, I made my strip of fabric. I finished off my edges because satin just frays like crazy. So I put in a hem, and then what I did was I took my Garland strip without my middle clip together here, sewn together here, and I sewed it on the same exact line of stitching as I did when I sewed them together, so that I have two seams of sewing here, but you can't tell because they're right on top of each other. So once I had that strip of Garland sewed to the skirt bottom, I sewed it on so that I barely cleared the, I barely had enough, let's see if you can see that. I sewed them on so that when these little things open up, you can still see the slip or the tights or whatever, or the leggings, whatever she's wearing. Because if I would have put this up higher, you know, made that flush with the bottom, it would have just been fabric that you would have saw underneath. But I think that being able to see a little bit of skin or a little bit of slip is cute, so I did it that way. But you know, you can just keep doing layer after layer after layer if you want to. Okay, so once I got my strip sewn on, then I took my just took a needle and thread, and right down the center here, I sewed here, and sewed them together. Tied a square knot, and then just clipped them really close, just like that. And that was how I got that Garland design. This makes really cute. If you use like the little pink like this makes the cutest little headband for a baby or something. Just to have that. Another thing he did was, when he did this, he also does a double garland, so I don't know what you'd use it for, unless you were actually going to use it to decorate your tree. But he took the other side of your pleated boxes and did the same thing on the back, and he called this a double garland. And you got that look, which would be really cute on your Christmas tree, or even just as a decoration around the house at Christmas time. That would be real gorgeous too. But that's another option too. But so simple and so pretty. And that's that. Like I said, you can do row after row. You don't have to. You could use regular ribbon. I use satin. I sewed it together, turned it inside out, and that's how I got mine. But you can use just plain old ribbon and do the same thing. Another thing I worked on was, you know, that last blouse I did for, or last dress I did for the BFC doll, this pattern here. What I ended up doing was I took it to my printer and I printed it out at 130%. And once I had that done, I took it and I took out the darts. And so this was 130%. I took out the darts and went straight down, came up the back. I had to increase the shoulder opening a little bit on the dolls. Another thing is I'm going to have to cut the sleeve down a little bit, because the sleeve, I couldn't get it in there to set in there properly without any kind of buckles in here. So just a little bit, maybe not even 1/8 of an inch will give me a perfect fit on that sleeve. I might also see how that goes over a little bit. I might just curve that in a little bit, maybe another 1/4 of an inch maybe, so it comes out straight. But anyway, here is the blouse. Same as the dress or the blouse that I made on the BFC. But this is so cute. And you know, when you make those little sleeves, you can go ahead and take a decorative stitch and put some decorative stitching here. You can do decorative stitching all the way around the collar. There's so much you can do with such a cute little blouse like that. You can do it in all different colors. You can change the sleeve colors different than the rest of the blouse. You can also do If you want to, you can just make tiny little darts and put in those little bows across here like that, or just put a bow down here. This is just a simple little blouse, and it's so versatile. You could use it for so many different things. So anyway, that's basically what I'm working on. Hopefully I'll be able to figure out that other camera. Anyway, so I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.